How to get your first 100 candle customers. That's what I'm going to be covering in this video. Hi, my name is Paul Main, and together with my wife, we created one of the fastest growing UK-based home fragrance companies called Cosy Aromas. We grew that to £7.5 million in sales, and then we sold the business a couple of years ago. Now we focus our time and effort on the Home Fragrance Academy, which is where we teach people like you how to start, grow and scale your own home fragrance business based on all the lessons and everything we learned along our journey. So this video is for people who have launched their business already. Perhaps you have a website up and running and you have a social media profile, you've got a few followers, you're not really getting any sales and you're kind of just in limbo mode. You have these products on the shelf, you have great ideas, you're fantastic at making products, you have a website, but those sales are just not coming in. That is who this video is for. And there are 3 key steps that you need to do, you need to implement in order to start getting these sales coming. Now, you don't need a huge budget for this. You do need a little bit of budget for Facebook ads, but not a huge budget, okay? And I'll touch on that a bit later on. And the other thing worth mentioning is that this is actually a very simple system. Now, a lot of people, they overcomplicate what they need to do to generate sales. And they think it's a lot harder than what it actually is. If sales don't come in, then what we find with our students is that they either think there's a problem with their product, they need more products, they need to do a rebrand, or they just give up. They just sit there and just let things dwindle away. And that's what will happen. The thing is with a home fragrance business, because you'll find over time that it's very community centered, because these are products that people will use regularly, time and time again. You are helping their room smell beautiful at night when they get home from work. You're a big part of their life. So they really do want to buy these products from you. And because it's community centered, you need to build that community. You need to nurture these people. And actually the way of doing this is quite simple. You just need to be very, very consistent. So the first thing you need to do is produce content on a daily basis, every single day. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, and the people we speak to find it very difficult to produce content every single day because they're trying to make products, they're trying to ship out orders or whatever it is. They're very busy being busy. But actually creating this content and the type of content specifically that you need to create is very, very straightforward. And that is behind the scenes content. That's the stuff that is engaging to your audience and potential audience. So when you're next making a batch of wax melts or labeling candles, set your camera up on a tripod, focus it on your hand so you're working, and record it. When you are laying out your molds to pour wax into, set your camera up on a tripod, this time not too close, set it a bit further away behind you, record it. Record yourself packing orders, record yourself designing labels. Everything you do in your business, record. Okay, it's all about documenting it. What you'll find you'll have is a bank, a library of all of these different video clips. And just because you've recorded a clip, it doesn't mean you can only use it once. Piece these all together into, you can do this via the Instagram Edits app. You can do it via CapCut. There are plenty others as well. It's very easy to do. Just piece 2 to 3 seconds of these clips together to form yourself a 15 to 20 second reel. Do a little voiceover, put captions on it, and that's your content done. Honestly, it's as easy as that. Just document what you're doing during the day. Today, we created a batch of these candles. First of all, I had to lay out the containers, wick them, pour the wax, label, blah, 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 blah. Simple as that. Today, I focused on packing orders. I had 14 orders today, and this is how I did it. This is the stuff I did, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand what I mean? How simple that is when you think about it. Every day you haven't got to create an advert for a candle or anything like that. It hasn't got to be polished. In fact, the most raw mobile phone footage actually performs the best because it's real. And that's the stuff that your customers will engage with. Now, there's no call to action in these videos. You're just documenting what you do. You're not asking people to come and buy from you or anything. Now, that might sound counterintuitive, but it will make sense later. What you're doing here is capturing views, capturing attention. If you post on Instagram and you post on Facebook page, as organic Facebook Reels are actually performing incredibly well at the moment. The reach is massive and you have a potential for a video to do 10, 15, 20,000 views quite easily, just a basic video. And it's what you do with that later on which works very well and how you will get your orders. The second step is that you need to have a no-brainer offer. And this is an offer that your audience will find so good that they will feel silly not taking you up on it. And it could be a buy one, get one free. That's what we did at Cosy Aromas, and that is what worked very well indeed. It could be buy two, get one free. It could be spend over £20 and get a free gift. Whatever it is, it needs to be no-brainer. And what we found was a buy one, get one free on a pack of wax melts, whatever it was the sweet spot. And £20 as an average order value was perfect as well. So think about what that offer could be and create yourself a landing page on your website. Not a page where they go to and they see all of your individual products, but a page on your website where there is just an option to choose their first product and their free product. It could be a fragrance, it could be whatever. It could be a candle, it could be a box of wax melts. And their first product, they choose the fragrance. The second product, they choose the fragrance, which is the free product. Okay, all on one landing page with an add to cart button. Make sure that page is very easy to use. The add to cart button is bright green and big, so it stands out. Make sure you have your delivery threshold. Make sure they know when they're going to receive their order. Have your reviews on there, have sent descriptions, have your CLP information, everything on that one page to make it as trustworthy as possible. Now, the third step is where all of this ties together. This is where you're going to spend £5 to £10 per day on Facebook ads or meta ads, which are adverts that will go onto Facebook and Instagram. Now, these ads are going to be advertising your no-brainer offer. And this will be just a simple image that has your products there that says buy one, get one free for a limited time only. And it will be a link directly to that landing page. But this is the bit that makes it more interesting, because the people that you're going to target through meta ads themselves are the people that have viewed all of your reels that you have been creating. So these are people that already know about you, already know about your brand, that's seen you. You're not just a cold advert popping up on Facebook. They're going to scroll through, see your ad and think, oh, I watched one of their videos the other day. They are much more likely to click on that ad and convert if they already know about you. That is how it all works and how it all ties together. It's exactly what we did when we first started. It's exactly what we do now for ourselves at the Home Fragrance Academy. And it's exactly what many of our students are doing as well to generate sales consistently. That is in its most simplest form is how you're going to get your first 100 candle customers. Then after that, the trick is to keep them. At Cosy Aromas, we had 60% of all of our customers come back and buy from us again and again. So if you can build up the same retention system, then out of those 100 customers that you have just got via Facebook ads, 60 of them will come back again. And guess what? You're not going to have to spend any Facebook ads budget getting those 60 come back to you. So you're getting the full margin from them. And the way to do that is via email nurturing. You'll set up email sequences, you'll set up a Facebook group, and you'll start to slowly nurture these people, welcome them to your brand, guide them onto what their next product is, become really personal with them one-to-one. As I said earlier on, this is very much a community-centered product. So that's the kind of content you're going to be pushing out there. Over time, these people will come back and buy from you time and time again. It does work as and when you've built up this retention system. If you are really struggling with all of this and need help building those consistent sales, then I have a free tool for you that's going to be very helpful. Just below this video is a link to our scorecard. It takes you 60 seconds to complete. It'll ask you a few questions. And at the end of it, it will tell you exactly what area of your business you need to focus your time and effort into to build up those consistent sales. And it will give you some tips and advice on what to do. The link is below this video. Click that and take the scorecard today. Thank you very much indeed for watching. My name is Paul and this is the Home Fragrance Academy, and I'll see you in the next video.